Hello and welcome back to episode 4 of the Short Story Starter. This one is going to be pretty disgusting, to be completely honest with you. I got 4 vile, putrid, disgusting entries from last week. What I'll do now is quickly remind you of last week's story prompt. If you were not aware of it, I'm then going to share 4 different submissions that I received this week. Our biggest video yet. I chose 4 because all of the story prompts, the writing ideas I got were a little bit shorter than usual, just because. So I'm going to fit a few more in than I have done. I will then give you next week's story writing prompt. So without further ado, here's a slight reminder of what I asked you to write about this week. Okay, just to remind you, the story writing prompt that I set last week was how to create the world's smelliest smell. I gave what could probably be described as a very half-hearted explanation compared to some of these stories and these ideas. They are vile. I asked you to think about how you create the smell, whether you were going to boil it up on a stovetop like I did, maybe mix some things together, and just to use your imagination. And the 4 submissions I got definitely use their imagination. Let's get straight into them, shall we? Here is the first of 4 different submissions. Okay, here is the first of our submissions. This comes from Pun, who is in year 5, has been featured on the channel before, but such is her enthusiasm, she's back for more. Oh, that rhymed. Sorry, just enthusiastic about rhyming, I guess, today. Okay, Pun has written the following. If I were to create the world's stinkiest smell, here is my recipe. I would put a deadly, pungent dead fish that has been floating in water for 3 years. A sock that hasn't been washed for over 14 years. An awful scent of burnt hair, which makes your spine shiver and your nose wrinkle. A billion trash bins that have been baking in the sun for about a year. Ugh. A rotten, mouldy fruit which sends a putrid stench up to your nose. Stagnant water with mosquitoes and larvae chilling in the water. 1,000 burps that smell like rat's breath. Then I'd mix them all together to create the smelliest smell that has ever existed. It's just absolutely disgusting. Thank you, Pun. Okay, let's see if we can carry on the disgusting theme from Pun's. My stomach is already turning and I'm about to have dinner soon. Okay, here is what Titan wrote. Titan is also in year 5, and as you'll see, a very active imagination as well. Okay. If I were going to make the smelliest smell, I would include browny, yellowish dog poop with bits floating around it. And my nasty, disgusting shoe that hasn't been washed for 3 years. Because it's not smelly enough yet, I'm going to add bruised mango that had been stepped on and spoilt, oily apple juice with 1 dead cockroach and 1 dead toad inside. There are 10 more things to put in. In my opinion, I think caviar is the most expensive food, but it stinks like buffalo's poop. Plus, it's really oily. I won't leave this one out for sure, and it's a trash bin. Trash bins are considered the smelliest things in the world, especially the big ones that are full with rotten food in them. But also, I'd add in my sister's fart. It's a little bit weird, But I will say my sister's farts stink the most because they're smellier than rotten fish. Apologies to Titan's sister if you're seeing this, but apparently your farts smell like rotten fish. Thanks, Titan. Okay. Oh. Our next one comes from a young girl called Luknai, who is in year 5. Okay, come on, you can do this. Right. Okay. Here is what Luknai wrote. If I could create the worst smell ever, here's what I'd do. I would put in 10 icky, dirty dishes stacking up in a large metal sink. 9 funky, rancid socks that were tied to a crazy dog's body. 8 decomposing, stenchy fish that were found washed up on land. 7 skunky raw eggs that had been vomited up by cats. 6 piles of festering laundry that were found in my little brother's stinky room. 5 bottles of expired milk that smelt worse than the smelliest burp. 4 putrid rubbish bins full of decaying food. 3 baby diapers full of green diarrhea. 2 mountains of poop collected from your toilet. And 1 overflowing drain full of revolting mud. If I created the worst smell, that's just what I'd do. That's a really vivid description, Luknai. Thank you. And again, with little brothers and little sisters. My gosh, maybe they do smell. Thanks, Luknai. Okay, we're on to our final submission. And I don't know how much more I can handle. I'm just going to take a little sip of my smoothie to help settle my stomach. That is delicious. Okay, our final entry comes from Roma. Roma has also been on the channel before, but she's back for more. Is that the same rhyme I did earlier? Okay, let's see what Roma's written about. Today, I will teach you how to make the world's smelliest smell smoothie. Oh. Well, hopefully this won't put me off my smoothie. Okay, you just have to follow my instructions. Now, I shall tell you how to make a homemade smelliest smell smoothie. First, you have to find a cup for your smoothie so that you can make it. Second, put 2 big spoonfuls of yellow gummy earwax and put it into your cup. If you don't have any earwax, tell your brother or sister and ask them, "Can I have some of your earwax, please?" Third, put 6 dirty, wet baby diapers and put a big squeeze of it into your cup. Fourth, thick, slimy, mucousy snot with crispy boogers and pour it in. That was not intentional. Fifth, find someone in your family that is just about to fart, get a jar, put it on their bottom, and then wait for them to do a stinky, disgusting, wet fart. Close it before the smell is gone. Take the jar with you, open it, and put it into your smoothie. Finally, add toilet water that has not been flushed in 2 weeks and pour it into your smelliest smell smoothie. Take a quick stir, and hooray! You have made your own smoothie. And that's how you make it. Tell your friends that you've made your own smoothie and let them drink it. I don't want that anymore. I'm going to have to pour that away. That is disgusting, Roma. Okay, so I've just about settled my stomach after reading through those submissions. I'm definitely not going to go anywhere near that smoothie after reading through Roma's. Thank you to all 4 of you for sending your submissions in. It's time now that I give you your new story writing prompt. I was looking around for inspiration, and sometimes the best inspiration comes from the things around you. This is one of my favourite cushions. I picked it up from a charity shop a few weeks ago. And when I saw it, just thought it looked pretty funny. But I was wondering, what would the cat be saying? You know, what kind of conversation? Who's he speaking to? Is he playing a video game? Maybe having a chat with his other cat friends on the PlayStation? Who knows? And then I started thinking, what if cats could talk? This little lady, she loves having a little chat with me. And she walks around our house. She just sings to herself. She's and my girlfriend and I, we always look at her and go, "What are you saying? What are you trying to say to us?" This is Goldie Bean. She is an absolutely beautiful little bean. But we can't talk to her. We can't talk to each other, can we? But I would love to know what she was saying. So what I thought you guys could do is you could write about, what if cats could talk? You could maybe have a conversation between yourself and your cat. You could maybe have a conversation between hello, what are you doing? Between 2 cats. Maybe you could turn the cushion, the picture, into a conversation. Up to you. Your story writing prompt this week is, what if cats could talk? What would you say? She'd probably say, give me my dinner. Stop talking, give me my dinner. So I should probably go and feed her. See you soon.